Hey, and welcome. Have you ever looked at a perfect little macaron and wondered how it goes from being just a tasty dessert to the foundation of a massive global luxury brand? Well, it's a wild journey of pure passion, insane precision, and some seriously smart strategy. So let's get into it and deconstruct the blueprint behind a true patisserie empire.
So, what's the secret sauce? I mean, what really separates a good pastry, something you enjoy and forget, from a world famous icon? Let me tell you, it's not just about having the best butter or the fanciest chocolate. It's way deeper. It's a core philosophy that shapes every single decision the business makes. And that philosophy, well, it rests on three main pillars. First, you've got the product itself, and it has to be uncompromising. Second, the people, the ones who make it, and of course the ones who love it. And third, the enterprise, the strategy that takes this whole vision and scales it for the world. We're going to walk through each one and see how they all lock together. All right, let's start with pillar number one, the uncompromising product. This is the bedrock, the foundation of excellence. Everything, and I mean everything, starts with a totally non-negotiable, absolute dedication to quality.
Okay, check this out, because this is where you really see what that commitment looks like. On one side, you have absolute, almost obsessive precision. We're talking recipes written down to the exact gesture. A cream recipe that's standardized down to the second of mixing time. Chefs literally have to send photos of their work every single day for approval. Now, compare that to the common mistakes you see everywhere else. Using the wrong piping tip, being a little loose with measurements, skimping on training. That right there, that's the gap between good enough and unforgettable. It's all in those tiny, obsessive details. So once you've achieved that perfect, repeatable foundation, then what? Well, that's when you earn the right to get creative and innovate. But here's the key. The innovation isn't just for shock value. It always, always has to serve one master: taste.
And here is what that innovation looks like in real life. You get these wild, audacious flavor pairings that just work, like Mogador, which is milk chocolate and passion fruit, or the legendary Ispahan with rose, lychee, and raspberry. They've even made a personalized macaron with whiskey and tobacco for a cigar lover. See, this isn't just random creativity. This is calculated genius that's only possible because the technical foundation is absolutely flawless.
But look, a perfect product doesn't just appear out of thin air. You need the right people. So let's shift to our second pillar, the power of people. This is really the heart and soul of the brand. It's all about nurturing the incredible talent that creates the magic. So how do you build a team that's truly world-class? Well, it starts with non-stop training. And get this, I love this detail. The sellers in the shops are actually taught how to make the macarons themselves. Why? So they genuinely understand the insane level of skill and complexity behind what they're selling. You pair that with a culture of real recognition and empowerment, and suddenly everyone feels like they're a crucial part of the mission. And it all comes down to this core idea of bienveillance, which is a French word for benevolence or kindness. Now, you don't really expect to hear a word like kindness in the high-stress, fiery world of a Michelin-level kitchen, right? But it's that exact commitment to respect that acts like the glue holding it all together. It prevents burnout and keeps that passion alive, day in and day out.
Okay, so you have a perfect product. You have a passionate, dedicated team. Now for the million-dollar question. How on earth do you scale that magic all over the world without watering it down and losing what made it so special in the first place? Well, that brings us to our third pillar, the strategic enterprise. To really understand the strength of this business, we have to go back to a moment when it was pushed right to the edge. A single point in time that could have destroyed everything. And that year was 2002. So in 2002, the company was facing bankruptcy because a huge client went bust. And their response? It was incredible. Instead of trying to hide the problem, they were totally transparent with every single one of their 30 employees. They laid out the whole situation and the plan to fix it. And through some smart restructuring, they not only survived, they paid back every single one of their suppliers in full. That kind of integrity, when everything is on the line, that's what builds a brand that lasts. And that resilience is what fuels their super smart international strategy. Just look at this balancing act. The brand's core DNA is completely centralized. All the macarons for the entire world are made in one single place in Alsace to guarantee that consistency. But then they adopt locally. The fresh pastries are made on-site using great local ingredients, and they'll even tweak things for local tastes. It's this brilliant mix of tight control and smart flexibility. So we've pulled apart the product, the people, and the enterprise. But what does this all mean for you? Let's boil this all down into a kind of universal blueprint for excellence, one that you can apply no matter what you do. Here it is, 5 key actions you can take away. 1. Audit your quality. Figure out what's most important and standardize it. 2. Innovate with a method. Don't just throw spaghetti at the wall. 3. Build loyalty with your team. Invest in them. 4. Communicate your value. Tell people the story behind what you do. And finally, number 5, diversify your offering in a way that makes sense and makes the customer experience even better. This is your playbook. And as we wrap up, all of this leaves us with a pretty big question to chew on. We've just explored a system built entirely on human touch, on obsessive detail, on deep core values. So, in our world of growing automation and AI, what's the real price and the true value of that kind of human mastery? Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me.